It's 4:20 p.m. here at the Howling Moon Studios in Northern California. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's time for a Saturday stream. It has been an eventful week in my world and perhaps in yours as well. And I think we need a little music just to ground ourselves. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning round. 15 cars, 15 restless riders, 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls on past houses, farms, and fields, passing trains that have no name, freight yards full of old black men, the graveyards of the rusted automobile. Good morning, America, how are you? Sina, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train called the city of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing cards with the old men in the club car, penny point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds a bottle, feel the wheels are rumbling beneath the floor. The sons of Pullman porters, the sons of engineers, ride their father's magic carpet made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep are rocking to that gentle beat. The rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Good morning, America, how are you? I say, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train that comes, city of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi darkness down to the sea. All the towns people see fade into a bad dream. Steel rails still ain't heard the news. Conductor sings his song again. Passengers will please refrain. This old train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good morning, America, how are you? Saint, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call city of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Good night, America, how are you? Saint, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train that gone, city of New Orleans, and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. and I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Well, it's been a really eventful week. You know, if you're a fan of soccer, we had the World Cup, which is taking place under the most, I think, scandal-plagued and human rights-plagued situation it's ever had, which is really saying something because I think it's possible that FIFA may be the most corrupt sports organization in the world. But the games have been entertaining, and I must confess I started out boycotting, but started watching partway through, and, you know, there certainly have been some amazing games. Anyway, this is a song I wrote about, well, it's just about what it's like to be an American. Born in the village south of the border, brought here when she was 3. Always in shadow, she got into college, worked hard, and earned a degree. 5:55 Monday, sirens in the distance, nightmares intruding again. Emotions all tangled, will they deport her? Felt worse, but doesn't know when. Heading to work, Vicky is driving, Leon does time in the pen. He got pulled over a roach, no taillight, they sent him upriver for 10. 5:55 Tuesday, police lights are flashing, pulling her over this time. What will the charge be? She worries out loud, is driving while black still a crime. Whoa, another day's coming, small steps are better than none. Whoa, a better day's coming, Oliver Sackton is one. Under a rainbow outside Laredo, 2 young men living in sin have their own bedrooms, pretend to be roommates, dancing on the head of a pin. 5:55 Wednesday, somebody's been snooping, spray-painted threats on a wall. Can't help but see it, they fear to fight it, cautions 9/10 of the law. Whoa, another day's coming, small steps are better than none. Whoa, a better day's coming, Oliver Sackton is one. Tend your own garden, let me tend mine, live and let live all the time. Live and let live all the time. People believe what they believe, that should be okay with you. You believe what you believe, doesn't mean I believe too. Madison wrote it, let's try to live it. The playing field favors a few. Let's join together, forward together, always together is true. Whoa, another day's coming, small steps are better than none. Whoa, another day's coming, Oliver Sackton is one. Whoa, a better day's coming, small steps are better than none. Whoa, a better day's coming, hollow sacked in his wine. Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip their way across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jagaru Deva, home. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes, call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind in a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jagaru Deva, home. Nothing's gonna change my world. 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 Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my open ears, exciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on across the universe. Jagaru Deva, home. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing gonna change my world. Jagaru Deva, Jagaru Deva, Jagaru Deva, Jagaru Deva. So, I don't know if you guys have been watching this insanity that Musk has been perpetrating on the whole world via Twitter. He's essentially turned an internet platform into a soap opera in which he is the only star. And in what I think is just a desperate play for attention, he is just pressing buttons all over the place. I mean, imagine, it'd be like going to a rock concert and just randomly unplugging chords while the show's going on, and just to see what would happen. And, it's not just that he let Trump back on, but he's let thousands of people who had been banned for hate speech come back on, and they've been, this ridiculous Hunter Biden laptop thing that's going on right now, where they literally have nothing new to say. They're just using it to rile people up. And frankly, they're doing it in a way that's, exposing people's personal information, people who are innocent people. And so the whole thing is really almost a perfect synopsis of, the things I was afraid of when I started becoming an activist, that, these platforms would become weapons. You know, clearly people were using them as weapons in 2016, but, you know, the notion that the guy who owns it is doing that, that's a new level. Not pretty. And I have more to say about Twitter, but I'm going to save it. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk forever through my garden and dream one day you'll love me and hope it will come true, that I could beg your hand and not your pardon. Acre upon acre of yellow, red, and blue, a sea of flowers nurtured by my hand. Never could my garden be as sweet as you, though it blooms with every fragrance known to man. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk forever through my garden and dream one day you'll love me and hope it will come true, that I could beg your hand and not your pardon. Roses for each time you laugh set my heart ablaze, an orchid for each time you say my name. Poppies, pansies, daffodils, all are in the glade, planting seeds that flower, dreaming by the hour of love that's sure to last for all my days. If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk forever through my garden and dream one day you'll love me and hope it will come true, that I could beg your hand and not your pardon, and dream one day you'll love me and hope it will come true, that I could beg your hand, not your pardon. So the thing about Twitter is that it's never been perfect. In fact, it's actually been deeply flawed from the start. A beautiful, beautiful design that I think with the right management could have been the most positive thing on earth. And what it has always been has been a precarious balance between positive things, particularly for communities that otherwise have very little access to public speech. So you think about anyone who's disadvantaged in any way. You know, Twitter did provide a way of getting messages out that was really quite profound. But at the same time, it was a place full of bullying, full of trolls, full of hate. And the company never did a very good job of limiting that. But they did manage to keep a balance a lot of the time. And a lot of really cool things happened. And a really cool thing happened to me because I was an activist. And, you know, beginning in early 2020, I could no longer meet with any of the people that mattered in my world. And so Twitter became one of the ways that we all communicated, the way we shared what we were working on, and the way we amplified each other. And as it happens, I met a bunch of people on Twitter that wound up becoming important. A bunch of law professors, and an ethics professor from the United Kingdom. And this week, I had the great good fortune of going down to Southern California to the first day of a international conference that the UK professor, the ethics professor, was attending, just to have an opportunity to meet her and a couple other people who were also at the conference. But it was one of these things where, we've had a really good working relationship for a number of years entirely online, like no human connection at all. And suddenly we have one, for a couple hours, which was really cool. And, the funny thing is that the online stuff does work. You can build real relationships that way, functional working relationships that wind up being important. And, you test them by actually meeting and see if you get along. And as it happens, we did. And that's not the first such example of that I've had in the pandemic. And it makes me excited because Anne's musical, Otherworld, is actually about that idea, about this idea of human connection and the fact that the mediated human connection that takes place over computers can be really powerful for a lot of people. But there's nothing that beats human contact, person to person. Anyway, this is sort of a song about that. Many's the time I've been mistaken, many times confused. Yes, and I've often felt forsaken, certainly misused. It's alright, it's alright, just weary to my bone. Still you don't expect to be bright and bon vivant, so far away from home, so far away from home. Don't know a soul who's not been battered, don't have a friend who feels at ease, don't know a dream that's not been shattered, driven to its knees. It's alright, for we've lived so well, so long. Still, when I think of the road we're traveling on, I wonder what's gone wrong. That's right, and I wonder what's gone wrong. And I dreamed I was dying, I dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, gazing back down on me, smiled reassuringly. And I dreamed I was flying on up above, my eyes can surely see Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea. And I dreamed I was flying. Come on the ship they call the Mayflower, come on the ship that sailed the moon, come in the age's most uncertain hour, sing an American tune. It's alright, it's alright, can't be forever blind. Still tomorrow's gonna be another working day, trying to get some rest. That's right, and I'm trying to get some rest. So it's pouring rain up here in Silicon Valley, which is a really good thing, unless you're driving. And coming back from the conference the other night, it was really pouring, and it was a long drive in the rain. And we Californians don't get as much practice on that as people do in the rest of the world. But fortunately, everybody was having a good night, so it was safe. And today, where I've mostly been around the house, it's a blessing to have a ton of rain. And I think it's cool because it's very cool in here and cold in the mountains, which means there'll be a big snowpack in the Sierra Nevada, which gives us a chance to hold that liquid in the mountains through the winter into the spring, which would do wonders for ending this particular drought. Can't count on it, but it sure would be a great thing if that were true. This one I want to send out to Anne. Wash your hands in my fingerboard, baby, then let your pinkies dry. I let you hold my fuzzy peaches if you let me taste your pie. You may hold my peaches, baby, you may drive my car, 'cause in my constellation, baby, you're the brightest star. You can take all my money, honey, you gotta take me as well. I wouldn't know how to live without you, but then you never can tell. You still stir my sugar, baby, you still lick my jaw, 'cause in my constellation, baby, you're the brightest star. I will clean your chimney, baby, when you need your ashes home. I'll unclog your carburetor, baby, when your car has stalled. You may try to leave me, baby, but you won't get too far, 'cause in my constellation, baby, you're the brightest star. I know we'll grow together, two sweet peas in a pod. A lovey-dovey senior citizens may strike some as are, but I will do whatever you ask. I'll follow you to Mars, 'cause in my constellation, baby, I need you now, I don't mean maybe. In my constellation, baby, in my constellation, baby, you're the brightest. You've always been the brightest. You are the brightest star. So Moonalice has been putting out a bunch of new music, and I got to say, cool things are going on. So you may recall, it was a little more than a year ago that we put out our first, release with Network, the record label. And, it was the single version of Time Has Come Today. We followed that up with People Get Ready and Woo Woo. And, we put out 2 EPs. And so we've basically been putting out, over the first 12 months, we put out a song every 5 weeks. So it was basically 12 songs that were released individually, and then 2 EPs. And then, in addition to that, we've now released the first 2 songs of the third EP, which are acoustic. So acoustic versions of Time Has Come Today and People Get Ready. And then a holiday song called Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, which is a song Lester wrote years ago that we recorded. And here's the funny thing. The number of streams that we're getting has grown by a factor of roughly 10 just in the last couple months, and by like 100 since we started. Now, the numbers are still tiny, but it's clearly working. And I want to thank all of you who, listen to our stuff on streaming, because it really matters. And if you haven't heard the acoustic things, let me just ask you to check them out on Apple Music or Spotify or Pandora or Amazon, whatever you use. Or even you can check out the videos on YouTube. The video of People Get Ready I just think it's stunning. It's entirely focused on Lester. It's in black and white. Dylan made the film, made the recording, and then John Luini and Arthur Rosado turned it into a music video. And it's really striking. It's so soulful. And the acoustic version, we played at a slower tempo than the electric one. And it really works. And I'm so proud of it. And I hope all of you will listen to it, and I hope you'll share it, because the reality of the music business is that clubs and small theaters have gotten killed by COVID, and they're not recovering. People are understandably reluctant to go to shows indoors, and they're just going to fewer shows. And the result is that the economics of touring at our level are just a lot worse than they used to be. And we've been restricting ourselves because we're not comfortable playing indoors yet. And, so live is taking a back seat to recorded music for a little while here. And, I'm actually kind of excited about it, because I think we've recorded some great stuff. And what's amazing is what we have to come. There's 5 more acoustic songs. And then we have 7 new electric songs. And you've heard a few of them because we played them live. We've played Old and Proud. We've played Arms Reach Out. We've played Can You Feel It? We've played Barry's song. And we've played a couple of the others, but we haven't played them all yet. And we got more. I mean, we have more to record and way more to release. And so I hope you will join us in that endeavor while we kind of wait for the dust to settle so it's safe to tour. And if not, we understand, but it would be really cool if you could. So this next song I wrote after the 2008 election, when I actually thought we were through the darkest days. And turns out I was wrong. Darkness fell so slowly, it caught us unaware, like a frog in water, warming to a boil. From bad to worse, and then beyond, every beauty spoiled, black as night, bled by midnight oil. Divide and conquer was the game, fear the favorite tool. Boogeymen are coming after you. Truthiness, outrageous lies, pablum for the fools. just like history books we read in school. Daylight came on Tuesday, with quiet clears the air. The madness that would not end finally does. Leave your fears behind, find someone to love. We can start to dream again because it's daylight. Daylight casts its shadows, but none compare with night. Daylight freshens every living thing. Cool breeze from the meadows, blindness turns to sight. Winter turns to spring, the sun shines bright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere, somehow, someone always tries to take control, preying on the weak and timid mind. There are few abiding rules, let's try not to forget them. No one can put us down unless we let them. Daylight came on Tuesday, first light clears the air. The madness would not end, finally does. Leave your fears behind, find someone to love. We can start to dream again because daylight came on Tuesday, the first light clears the air. The madness would not end, finally does. Leave your fears behind, find someone to love. We can start to dream again because it's daylight. Back at the beginning of quarantine, when Jason and I were playing every single day for 420 days, you know, there were all these things that happened that just seemed like they would just seem hopelessly tragic. And one of the things that happened was that we lost John Prine. And because of that, I learned this song. We had an apartment in the city, me and Loretta like living there. It's been years since the kids have grown, had a life of their own. They left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha. Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War. I still don't know what for. Don't matter anymore. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. Me and Loretta, we don't talk much more. She sits and stares out the back door screen. All the news just repeats itself like some forgotten dream that we both seen. Someday I'll go and call up Rudy. We work together in the factory. But what could I say if he asks what's new? Nothing, what's with you? Nothing much to do. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello. So if you're waiting down the street somewhere, spot some hollow ancient eyes, please don't just pass them by and stare as if you didn't care. Say hello in there. Hello. Sunlight through a hotel window, marina swaying wide, gentle swells and harbor smells, afternoon and night, voices from the cafe tables, the soundtrack for their life. She dreamed he'd be a memory soon, he dreamed she'd be his wife. He said, I think you're lovely. He said, you always glow. He said, you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. He said, you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. She turned to him and said, I'm glad you think so. Twilight turns to evening, evening turns to night. Heartbeat slows and traffic flows, artificial light. Voices from the street below, voices in his head. From a dream she stood before him, this is what he said. He said, I think you're lovely. He said, you always glow. He said, you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. He said, you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. She turned to him and said, I'm glad you think so. She said, I'm glad you think that I'm as perfect as can be. I only wish I saw in you the things you see in me. With that she turned and left him, standing by the door. And as she disappeared, he cried an echo forevermore. He said, you know you're lovely, you know you always glow. You know you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. You know you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. In his head she said, I'm glad you think so. In his head she said, I'm glad you think so. In his head she said, I'm glad you think so. Your day breaks, your mind aches. You find that all her words of kindness linger on when she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time, doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears, cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when she says her love is dead. You think she needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears, cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You stay home, she goes on. She says that long ago she knew someone, but now he's gone. She doesn't need him. Your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times when all the things she said will fill your head. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing. sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. It's so hard to take a picture of a rainbow. Rain always gets in the way. The sun comes out, the color's just a memory. Tears on my face, will they stay? Falling in leaves, soft as a bed. Foliage changing, photographs red, falling in leaves, safe as a bed. Colors are changing, changing in my head. I thought I might forgive you on my birthday. Change of seasons means a second chance. I saw my face rolled up inside your trash bin. A change of scenery is all I ask. Falling leaves, soft as a bed. Foliage changing, photographs red. Falling leaves, all of them dead. Colors are burning, burning in my head. There's real fast. There's fun, there's the stuff that will last. There's real fast. Where the colors change, we make them last. Scissors and stones would never break my bone. Paperweight protects me from the wind. Cut up my picture, throw away the key. I'll still be writing love songs again. Falling leaves, safe as a bed. Foliage changing, photographs red. Falling in love, never ever dead. Dreams still keep burning, burning in my head. Come write a love song, make it fast. Come take my picture and make the colors last. There's real fast. Please come stay with me and make it last. It's so hard to take a picture of a rainbow. It's so hard to take a picture of a rainbow. It's so hard to take a picture of a rainbow. It's so hard to take a picture of a rainbow. So I make these set lists. There are actually two kinds of set lists I make. There are the ones I make where I have a theme, and then there are ones where I just sort of go through my list in alphabetical order and just pick songs out. And today is one of the latter. And one of the things I just realized that like 2/3 of the songs are in the same key. Now I've interspliced some things to break it up, but it is astonishing to me that I've picked so many in the same key. And a lot of songs here are, songs with kind of a sentimental vibe to them. Nobody feels any pain I am lost inside the rain. Everybody knows baby's got new clothes, but lately I've seen her ribbons and her bows have fallen from her curls. She tastes just like a woman, yes she does, and she makes love just like a woman, yeah, and she aches just like a woman, but she breaks like a little girl. Queen Mary, she's my friend. I believe when I go see her again, nobody has to guess that baby can't be blessed till she sees finally that she's like all the rest, with her gold, her amphetamines, and her pearls. She tastes just like a woman, yes she does, and she makes love just like a woman, that's right, and she aches just like a woman, but she breaks like a little girl. Well, it was raining from the first, and I was dying there of thirst, so I came in here where your long time curses, but what's worse is this pain in here. I can't stand it here. Ain't it clear that I just can't feel? I believe that it's time for us to quit. And when we meet again, introduced as friends, please don't let on that you knew me when I was hungry and it was your world. She takes just like a woman, yeah, that's right. She makes love just like a woman, that's what she does. And she aches just like a woman, but she breaks like a little girl. So I don't know about you guys, but on Thanksgiving, of course, I always watch or I always listen to Alice's Restaurant. But this year we decided to also add a second traditional musical thing to the program, which is The Last Waltz. And The Last Waltz is a very personal thing for me. I did not go. I desperately wanted to. I lived in San Francisco at the time. It was in the fall of 1976, so on Thanksgiving evening of 1976. But I think they charged $26, which, you know, maybe that doesn't sound like a lot now, but Watkins Glen 3 years earlier, which was full shows, 3 shows of Grateful Dead, the band, and the Allman Brothers, was $10.50. So $26 was serious money for a show, and I was impoverished, and I could not afford the ticket. And the band was, you know, for me, unbelievably important. So missing it was, you know, really difficult. And I have mixed feelings about the film. I mean, it's obviously a great concert film, but you know, it tells a very specific story, and I think there were other stories they might have told around The Last Waltz. The good news is that documentaries made since then have covered a lot of that ground. It makes no difference where I turn. I can't get over you when the flame still burns. Makes no difference night or day. The shadow never seems to fade away, and the sun don't shine anymore. And the rains fall down on my door. Now there's no love as true as the love that dies untold, and the clouds never hung so low before. It makes no difference how far I go, like a scar the hurt will always show. Makes no difference who I be, they're just a face in the crowd on a dead-end street, and the sun don't shine anymore. And the rains fall down on my door. These old love letters I just can't keep, 'cause like the gambler says, read 'em and weep, and the dawn don't rescue me no more. Without your love, I'm nothing at all. Like an empty hall, it's a lonely fall. Since you've been gone, it's a losing battle. Stampeding cattle, they rattle the wall, and the sun don't shine anymore. And the rains fall down on my door. Well, I love you so much, it's all I can do, just to keep myself from telling you that I never felt so alone before. Give me a ticket on an aeroplane, I ain't got time to take a fast train. All the days are gone, now I'm going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend, I gotta get back to my baby again. All the days are gone, now I'm going home. My baby just wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see you gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, I don't care how much money I gotta spend, I gotta get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter, wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see you gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane, I ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby just wrote me a letter. My baby just wrote me a letter. So I want to thank you all for watching today. I'm going to play one more song. You know, this is different than playing regular gigs, right? Because I'm here all by myself, and I got Patrick down in San Diego making it all run. And, you know, this is like little slices of me, you know. Some days I'm like really energized, some days I'm really dragging, some days I'm really happy, some days I'm not happy. The world goes on, right? This is very real. It's real to me, and I hope it's real to you. And I hope it, you know, that whether I'm having a great day or a mediocre day, I hope that you take out of it what I'm trying to put into it, which is an attempt at human connection. You know, like I was talking about Twitter and activism earlier in the show. That's what this is about. This is about having a connection to all of you. And I want to thank you all for being part of this little community and giving me an opportunity to do things like this. Anyway, we had a thing this week where there was a railroad strike over whether people who work in freight trains should have the right to sick leave. And my personal view is damn straight they should have right to sick leave. And, you know, if Congress can't see its way to providing that, then government should stay out of the way. Let these guys strike. But anyway, this is a song about what happens when the people who do the work don't have any power. Some people say a man is made out of mud, poor man's made muscle and blood. Muscle and blood, skin and bone, a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. When I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine, picked up my shovel, went to the mine, loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. When I was born one morning, drizzling rain, fighting and trouble, my middle name. Well, I was raised in a canebrake by an old mama hound. No high-toned boss gonna push me around. We load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, if you see me coming, you better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. With one fist of iron, another of steel. The right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Thank you all for watching. Patrick, thank you for putting this thing on. Not sure about next week. At this point, I'm not sure about anything. I mean, the world is so weird right now. But if you get a chance, please go on your favorite streaming service and listen to our new material, the acoustic versions of Time Has Come Today. People get ready. Woo Woo's coming. Or actually, Arms Reach Out may be coming next, which is a brand new song. Woo Woo and then Arms Reach Out, I think it is. Please listen to those. Please listen to the other stuff. If you don't use those things, go and check out the YouTube videos because they're really sweet. Particularly, I'm so proud of the video for People Get Ready. And spread the word, and please, whatever you do, take care of yourselves. It's the holiday season, emotionally rough time for everybody. So, let's make the best of it. Let's remember that, we're all in this together. We're all friends and we love each other and we got to protect each other. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.